Good morning, Hadley and Philemon, and welcome to another episode of Falcons EdTech Tutorials. I'm Mr. Wowda, and today we're going to continue with another episode in our series on screen time. Today, we're going to hear from the members of the Hadley and Philemon community about their thoughts and opinions on the topic of screen time. No, not you. All right, let's listen to some valued opinions from members of the Hadley and Philemon community. First question I have for you is, what is your definition of screen time?
Personally, screen time means a period of time you spend either looking at a screen or using a device that holds a screen.
The amount of time that you spend on your device.
The time you spent on your device.
Any time I'm looking at any sort of screen.
Any time at all spent in front of a digital screen.
Choosing in between the time you either have to play games or watch videos.
Phones, laptops, and television.
I think any time during the day when you're on an electronic.
So screens are everywhere, and screen time is the amount of time we spend behind them.
So what do you think are some of the benefits that having a device adds to your life?
Communicate with people so quickly and so much faster than if you had to see them or call them, and you can send an email and reach 1,000 people.
It helps me keep in contact with my friends and family.
Easy access to information.
It's easy to use and it helps.
For myself, I would say it definitely is beneficial because I am able to connect with my friends from the US where I went to school.
For example, right now I'm working out, so I could keep track of my rhythm. I could listen to podcasts.
It's pretty easy to feel lonely, without being able to see a lot of people. So I think it definitely helps with that.
It's been able to keep me connected with my students and keep us connected as a school community.
What are some drawbacks that you've noticed about having to be connected all the time?
Some drawbacks is I use it more than I should.
So if I'm watching at nighttime, I would have a really bad sleep schedule. That would mess me up a lot.
I would say because it's a little addictive.
Sometimes it's really annoying because my sister, she is always on her phone, and sometimes I try to hang out with her, but she just keeps going on her phone all the time.
For me, I find that I'm on it too much.
All the time, I'll be talking to anyone really, it can even be my friends or my brother. I'm talking to them and it's just, they're just attached to their phone every few seconds to look at it. In my mind, I'll just think they're not interested in what I'm saying.
Why would it be difficult for you to disconnect from your devices?
It's difficult to disconnect just because of the sheer amount of stuff you can do online. If you're on Instagram, you're scrolling for hours and you don't even realize.
There's always that feeling of more and more and more. What can I do next with this, device in my hand?
Well, it's honestly, for me, it's just constantly staying connected to my friends, right?
I want to get information back to people right now. My workday has gone from 8 to 4 to 9 to 5 to 8 to 8.
Because it's so addictive, I think the fear of missing out really plays a big role.
I have a hard time disconnecting because I don't like to not know what's going on. I have fear of missing out.
Have you ever tried to manage your screen time usage?
I try to limit so then I can at least spend a little bit more time with my family.
When I'm doing homework, I try to just put my screens outside in the hall.
So we'll do phone-free Saturdays at home, or we'll take a whole day off, and it's tricky because you're oh, but I just want to send this one. Oh, but it's so hard.
I think most of my electronic use is just glued to my phone or a book on it. But I have tried to reduce that by getting audiobooks.
I'll have to try to do something else, occupy my time with something other than my phone, for example, drawing.
I have not consciously tried to manage my screen time, but my son has definitely put limits on my screen time.
Do you have any final thoughts about technology in school, screen time, anything that you want other students to know?
I think, you know, it's 2021. I think we need to, like, any job, anywhere the students are going to go in the future, they're going to need it. So I think it's important to use it, you know.
And that it's helped me a lot, especially using my phone in class.
Because it makes the work quite a bit easier.
Do like that we have our devices in class and it's like there when we need it. Like at the same time, I liked it how when like a teacher keeps our devices in like a bin or of some sort, because kids do misuse their privileges.
So I would say the pros outweigh the cons, but always trying to struggle as a principal and leader on how we can use technology more effectively in the classroom and limit the distractions.
All right, Hadley and Philemon, that was it for this episode of Falcons EdTech Tutorials. A big thank you to everyone who took part in the interviews, and if you would like to see a longer version of this video, just check out the link in the description below. As always, if you have any comments or questions, please message me, Mr. Wowda, or Mr. LaChance through Teams, and we will see you next week for another episode in our Screen Time series. Have a great day, Hadley and Philemon.